Hello and welcome to a new episode of ELITECAD at Work. Today I'll show you step by step how to prepare library parts from the 3D warehouse so that they not only look good but also fit technically and perfectly into your ELITECAD projects. Imported SketchUp models often come with a few pitfalls. But don't worry, I'll show you how to turn them into cleanly structured, reusable library parts that you can easily use in future projects with just one click. In today's example project, a classic single-family house, we want to furnish the dining room. The scene is already set up, and we'll start by taking a look at the ELITECAD library. There are already many predefined furniture pieces available, but unfortunately, our desired dining set isn't among them. So we switched to the browser and searched the 3D warehouse for a suitable dining set in SketchUp format. In the 3D warehouse, we find a huge selection of different models. That's great, but it also means we need to take a closer look. Two key figures are crucial: the file size and the number of polygons. Both have a direct impact on your project's performance and quality, especially in large or complex designs. I deliberately choose a more detailed model so we can see together how to turn it into a perfectly optimized library part. Back in ELITECAD, I load the file into the drawing via the Insert Position function and place it in the dining area. At first glance, everything looks fine, but as so often, a second look pays off. SketchUp models often don't have clean placement points and therefore don't sit precisely on the floor. And that's not all. The model is on the default layer, layer 0, and comes with a number of unoptimized textures. In addition, the Properties Manager doesn't contain any information such as names or manufacturer data. We'll now optimize all of these step by step. First, I dissolve the grouping of the model and remove unnecessary details like this flower vase or small decorative elements. These only increase file size and add no technical value to the model. Next, I replace all imported materials with high-quality ELITECAD materials. This not only improves the visual quality but also significantly reduces file size. The tabletop should appear in oak finish. Here I am using the material Oak 02. With the convenient drag and drop function, the material is assigned in no time. For the table legs, I use aluminium anthracite smooth, also via drag and drop. Since I only want to apply the material to specific parts, I switch the assignment mode to partial object. For the chair legs, I use the same material. Finally, I select a gray fabric material for the seat surfaces. That's also easily and quickly assigned. Next, I regroup the entire dining set and assign it to the layer Furniture. You can do this either using the property bar or simply by drag and drop. Here's a practical tip. Use the Reconstruct Copies function under Extras, Special Functions. This saves even more storage space by detecting and reducing duplicate geometries. In the next step, I add important additional information in the Properties Manager. I create a custom attribute manufacturer and enter an example name. I also assign an article number. This information is especially useful for reports and part lists. Of course, you can also add other information such as price, order link, or serial number. Now comes the most important step. We'll define our optimized library part. Under Extras, Define Library Part, I enter the name, description, and layer. Especially for furniture, it's important to activate the option Adjust to Finished Floor Height. This ensures the object always aligns correctly with the floor height when placed, even if it changes later in the project. For object creation, the automatic contour for 2D representation is sufficient in our case. I define the placement point at the lowest part of the table leg so that placement in the floor plan works cleanly. Then I set the view to an appealing perspective and zoom in so that a nice preview image is generated. I save the new library part in a dedicated folder called Custom. This custom library can easily be carried over into new versions or shared with colleagues, making your workflow even more efficient. Finally, we test the new library part. I delete the original SketchUp part from the project and replace it with the new ELITECAD library part. The result? Perfect placement, clean materials, correct layer assignment, and all properties included. At the end, we check the file size in Windows Explorer. The result? Only 2.6 MB compared to the original 12 MB. That is a storage reduction of over 80%. And that's the real advantage. Clean structures, lightning-fast loading times, better clarity, and above all, a reusable solution for future projects. Why not try it out for yourself right now? If you have any questions or want to share your own tips, feel free to leave us a comment. We look forward to your feedback. See you in the next episode of ELITECAD at Work. Feel free to expect more.